It helps remind me to turn the sound on. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the stream. It is Thursday. We are in the kitchen. It is a beautiful sunny day. It's a little on the cool side, but it's still a nice day here in balmy South Australia. Today we are continuing with the Arek recipes from the Morcster Chef by Actus. Check the link. There should be. If you're watching on YouTube, check the description. There should be a link to the book series that we're doing this from. Go check it out. This is not sponsored. Also, this is not sponsored. This is just a book that a trilogy of books that I read, and I thought it would be fun to do the recipes from it. So, yeah, not sponsored, just me doing it and giving credit where credit's due. It's a weird thing, I know. Why would we give people credit for the work they did? I don't know. It's weird. So today we are doing Arek's fried rice. Nom 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 nom. We have pre-cooked yesterday. We pre-cooked 2 cups of jasmine rice in the rice cooker, which is the recipe itself says 2 cups of jasmine rice, 1.5 cups of water. My rice cooker generally says however much rice you use the equivalent amount of water. So that was 2 cups of rice, so it was cooked in 2 cups of water. Well, 1.5 cups. Anyway, it was all the jasmine rice I had in the house. So it was cooked in an equal amount of water. I tend to find that if I do it that little bit less water, that it will oftentimes not come out quite right. So I tend to put that little bit of extra water in there. That may be because I don't stand there watching it. I just what's the words I'm looking for? My rice cooker, I leave it on warm. Like, it cooks, it clicks over, it sits on warm. It might sit on warm for 15 minutes, it might sit on for half an hour, depending on what I'm doing. So yeah, because I leave it that little bit extra, I think that's what has me leaving that little bit more water in it seems to work. So, I don't know why, but it does. So yeah. I was looking at this recipe. Alright, this recipe does have a chili option in it. Oh, I forgot to look for MSG. I really got to go find some MSG. Anyway. Pichoo, pichoo, pichoo. So yeah, it has, you can use 4 to 5 serrano peppers or a bell pepper. Serrano peppers, obviously chili, they do have a Scoville rating, so bell pepper is what we're going to be putting in this one. I found out, interestingly, that Scoville rating, the Scoville rating is based on how much water it takes to dilute the oil down so that you can't taste the capsaicin anymore. I'm assuming it's in milliliters, since it goes up by pretty much goes up by the 1,000 until you get up to the quazillions. This has quazillion Scovilles. Because if it's in liters, it's like put 1 drop of that Hellfire one in a reservoir, and no one's going to be able to eat because they're all just gonna. Everything is going to taste like chili. But yeah, it gives you a rating. Find out how many liters are in your local dam. Turn it into chili water. Whew. I don't think I could afford that. I don't think I could afford that much chili. But anyway, there you go, Scoville ratings. Now we are going to do a bit of pre-prepping today, because at the end it's all just throw it in, and you go, oh, okay. And we do have a fair amount of stuff. Do have a fair amount of liquid ingredients that's going to need to go into this. So we have the rice. We pre-cooked the rice yesterday. We are going to grab a couple of eggs. We're going to whisk them up. Once I find a whiskey fork. I almost cracked this egg directly onto the egg that I'd left in the bowl. That would be an Ulrich thing. Truly. Yep. One day I will learn to crack the eggs without getting egg on my fingers. Can you do this without all the prep? Yeah, probably. Do I recommend it? Nah. Just no. Right, so then the recipe calls for as much peeled and deveined shrimp as you can handle. We are just using a bowl's worth. I mean, we could probably figure out what that weighs. So we shouldn't have turned it on yet. Okay. We are using 250 grams. Look at that. That's like 247 grams. If I take one of these out, it's 243. Yeah. So one more would have been 251 grams. Now, the reason they're out like that is because I had them frozen in the fridge. Frozen in the fridge. My fridge is kaput. No. I had them in the freezer, so I took them out a little bit early, start them defrosting so that they can cook that little bit quicker. So yeah, I'm not worried that we've got them sitting out because they are still predominantly frozen. So I'm not worried about that at all. We'll take the rest of it. Obviously, these are pre-cooked. So it's what we're doing in the wok is really we're just going to be heating them through again, rather than cooking them from scratch. So again, not really worried about that because we're using pre-cooked. So that has been taken care of. So we're using, now the recipe here calls for 1 to 2 green onions, which is fine. Doesn't tell you what to do with them. As part of the recipe, it doesn't tell you where they go. So, realistically, using them as, you can put them in to the recipe, or you can use them as a garnish. You can use it as a bit of both. That is entirely up to you. I am likely to use it as both. Right now. Alright, so we're cleaning off the roots. Take off the extra outer layer. do this generally just because I find it takes any of that last little bit of dirt that might be left on it, takes it off. You could see it a little bit as it being a bit wasteful, but A, composting, B, these things come in the packets of a gajillion, so and they're not exactly expensive. If you've got them in your own yard, then yeah, you just these things grow. They grow and grow. The hell? I have an odd mark on my knife. And I don't know what it is. But it's not coming off. I think it might be a spot of rust, which will be a little annoying. Yeehaw! Right, the recipe calls for one of these. I'm going to be using 2 because I like it. Well, it says 1 to 2. That said, spring onions, depending on their size, am I going to use all of this in all of this? Maybe, maybe not. There we go, we're good. That'll do. Whoop. And the rest goes in the compost. Right, barrel. Hey, actually, I'm going to put these on a plate because plates go in the dishwasher better. That is literally the reason. Ooh, what else are we doing? Red pepper. No, did I get a red one or a green one? I got a green one. There were yellow peppers too. Ta-da! Oh, come on. That didn't quite get it all. That's okay. I only missed like 1 seed. Maybe 3. But that's the seeds out. No, not eating spring onion. Now obviously you can chop this up as big or as fine as you want. I'm doing this sort of like mid-sized. Maybe mid-er sized. Bird-sized. That's a word. Word. Bird is the word. Word. Bird is the word. Because verbs. I'm getting lots of verbs on my sword. Oh, I don't know if I told everyone. Aha. My sword has gone in for gilding. So yes, it will soon be a golden sword. Golden sword. I cannot wait to see this sword. It is going to look gorgeous. Alright. Now we do the bit and bob. Now, this is all the little fluidy bits I was talking about that I find I like pre-prepping to put in, because it says, the recipes always say, add this stuff in all at once, do it now. And it's like lots of little ingredients. And if you're just guessing and you're yeah, you can do it real quick. That's fine. If, like me, that's not your thing, I tend to measure it out, put it in the goop, and then when it's like, oh, it's time to add the thing, and just pour it in. Done. No stress, no nothing. It adds a second or two to the cook time rather than trying to get it right and extending your cook time as you're measuring out, and don't do it. So, again, 2 to 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. I tend to really like salty, so I will usually go to the upper end of these measurements. Because why not? So, 2 to 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3 because salt. 1 to 2 tables of sesame oil. Again, this is, I'm going to go with the 2 tablespoon level of this, because I don't find, as we've said before, I don't find sesame oil to be like, it's pungent. I get a really good smell out of it, but I don't find it an extremely strong flavor. So alright, then we are going to put in just it says a pinch of white pepper and a pinch of salt. So we're going to put in a literal pinch of white pepper and a literal pinch of salt. We're going to stir that in. So now that just gets poured with it. Now that just gets poured over the whole thing. So that's ready to rock. That's like, oh, add all these separate, bang, done. Cooking. Mmm. Oh, nom, 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 nom. Lick the spoon. Again, you're doing it in a bowl, so if you want to add a little bit extra because some will be left on the bowl, do that. That's fine. All right. I think that is all the prep done. We got the rice, we got oil, we're good. Eggs, we're good. Onions, green onions, we're good. Shrimp, we got salt and pepper, soy sauce, sesame oil, and a bell pepper. That's it. Everything is prepped. And now, it's time to cook. If I can find the lighty uppy stick. Where's the lighty uppy stick gone? Betcha I know where it is. Back in a sec. Found it. My flatmate had a fire the other night. Last night? Night before? Anyway, the other night. So of course, the lighty device made its way down to the fire. So we knew where it was. Yay! Okay. We're using a dash of oil. Dash. Tis so viscous and oily. Back on you go. There you go. I've got to be careful of that. I really do. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is throw the eggs in, cook them off a little bit, and then take them out. Step 1. Step 2 will be the same thing with the prawns. Or the shrimp. That is getting nicely viscous. The viscosity. Alright, and we've got to keep these bad boys moving. So, I need a plastic fork. No, I really don't. But I do. But I don't. But oh my god. Things. I've seen this done with chopsticks. I don't know how they do it. Where's the other one? There's another broken one in here. We're on a break a new set. Ah, there it is. Ah! Look, disposable chopsticks that we've washed and are using again. Whoa! Okay. We let that get a little hot. Okay, turn that down a bit. Easy there, fella. Right, turn that down just a little bit. And off we go. And stir with the chopsticks. Funny, interesting trying to gather it up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Trying to get a bit of gather there. Now we're doing this till they're slightly undercooked. So that is very much going to depend on what you call cooked. For me, that is about it. Ow. Okay, sorry, I know you can only see the back of the pan right now, but the chopsticks are no longer working. I'm just not getting that egg out as well as I might. Although, not bad for a first attempt. I apologize to the entire Asian culture. I can see people who know how to do it looking at me going, Ulrich just knows. But, okay, it's over. I'm traumatized, but it's over. So yeah, I apologize, just generically in advance. Oh, look at all that fluid coming off it. Okay, so we've done the eggs. We have, that will break up. I'm just going to break it up a little bit because it got a little bit solid there right at the end. But I've put it back in the same bowl that it came out of. Not worried about that because the heat of the egg that went in will cook off the remaining egg that was left in the bowl, so I'm not worried about that at all. Right, so we've added the shrimp to the wok. We're just going to let these heat up. You can see there is a bit of water down the bottom. This is because they're frozen. Now, I don't want this to particularly boil, and I don't really want them to boil themselves again. So I'm going to just pour off a little bit of that fluid as much as I can without losing the, what? There they go. Without losing the shrimp into the sink. There we go. Ta-da! Because you can see that the heat of that, well, the cold of the shrimp has taken that all out. Taken all the heat out. I'm not sure that was a sentence in English. The cold of the frozen shrimp took all of the heat out of the wok, so I have turned the heat up a little bit to compensate. There we go. There's a sentence. Alright, let's start to get there. Again, I don't want a lot of that water left. I'm going to try and get some of that out. There we go. Now we're getting the frying noises. And the water is evaporating off nicely. And hot things are hot. Yeah, that is warm. Whew, that wok's getting warm too. Alright, so we're going to turn that back down again. Now I might cheat a little bit here. I'm just going to throw the prawns in through a strainer, get rid of that excess water, then I'm going to put them back in the bowl. Alright, turn that down. Nice, thank you for your water drainage. Again, these are all just going, this is all just going straight back into the same bowl, no problem. Now what are we doing? All right, so we're throwing the peppers in to fry them up a little bit. But I'm also going to put about half, maybe a little more, of the spring onion in. Ooh, cooler handle. So yeah, spun that around so I could hold on to the cooler handle. I did notice when I was picking it up that one was hot and one was cool. Alright. Then we just let that brown off a little bit. We'll just sit back, let it go, do its thing. Da-da-da. I don't know why I'm still using the chopsticks. There's absolutely no reason why I'm still using the chopsticks. Other than the fact that right now I like the hand feel. I'm going to have to swap soon though, because there is no way I'm going to be able to stir everything just with a pair of chopsticks. So I'm heating these through, but at the same time I'm also, that was cool, there was a bit of, anyway, I'm also just trying to get a little bit of colour onto it. So that's heated up nicely. There we go. We've got a couple of bits, just starting to get a bit of colour on it. And that has got some nice heat in it as well. And, well, because hot things are hot, that's alright. There are a couple little bits there, little bits stuck there on the bottom, but they'll be fine. Oops. Come on. Back on the plate. Alright. And now, we start in earnest. So that's all the prep. Surprise, surprise. We've done the eggs, we've cooked them, we've put them back in the bowl. We've cooked the shrimp, we've put them back in the bowl. We've cooked the capsicum, surprise, surprise. Even in the recipe it says, then in an unexpected twist, remove those too. So, now we're going to throw it all back in together. We're going to put the rice in, we're going to cook it till it's warm. Then we are just going to slam everything else in there and we're pretty much done at that point. Now, I haven't turned this back up to super duper mega hot yet. Mainly because I wanted to give myself that time. Probably should have put some more oil in it, but woohoo! Here we go. Alright, we're getting this back to warm. Choo! Yeehaw! Keep moving, rice. Keep it moving. Alright, that's almost warm. Nah. But most of the big chunks are also, as rice tends to do when you freeze it, when you cool it, most of the big chunks are gone. We're down to individual bits, which is nice. Alright, so then we throw everything else in. We throw in the eggs, the shrimp, and the peppers, with a bit of the spring onion. And now we mix. That is one hell of a series of colours. Now I tend to like a bit more egg in my stir fry. So if I was to do this again, I might, do 3, maybe 4 eggs. But for now, we're going with the recipe. Okay, let's... There's warmth coming back into it. It's amazing when you eat cold rice, it's kind of chewy. But all you really have to do is warm it up and it gets soft again. I do like that. I've got rice flying everywhere. Let's see if Beanie likes rice. Beanie's been on the food path all morning, I tell you. Alright. And now we pour in the everything else. Get that moving. Now this part, reasonably easy. If you've still got rice that's white, it's not stirred enough. You want that sauce, I guess you'd call it. You want that sauce to get on everything evenly. That one's getting hot. Let's flip it around. And now that one's nice and cool. See? Alright, we're almost there. I can see a couple of grains left that are still got a bit of white to them. No white rice. How you doing, Kiki? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hot. Right, that is now looking pretty good. We'll take that off the heat. Keep it moving just a little bit because I don't want it burning to the bottom. Because we're not immediately going to take, well, we probably should immediately take this all out, but we're not going to. Look at that. That is amazing. That looks really nice. It smells really nice too. Happy Thursday to you too, Kiki. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I was just in the middle of the big bit. And I had to concentrate. Concentrate. Feel the Schwartz. Oop. Nom nom nom. Now we're going to take a bit more of the spring onion and we're just going to garnish that on top. Ding! Ta-da! Copied right again. Yay! I'm feeling flat, to be honest, so I'm glad you're streaming. Always makes me smile. Yay! Well, you're just in time to see me eat it. Alright, what are we looking for? Not chopsticks. Do you want to do this with a spoon or a fork? Let's do it with a fork. We've got a dirty fork. Dirty fork. Clean fork. Ooh, photo. Photo. Where's my camera? Oh my god. I don't know where it all is. Where is it all? Might actually take a photo of the wok for this one. Yeah. Alright. Get that out. Let's make it look like, you know, let's make it look a bit more, you know, a bit more wok, filling the wok. There we go. Nice. Arek's stir fry. Arek's stir fried rice. That's what we're doing. Arek's stir fried rice. Next. I hate it how the next goes up and down on Insta. What's going on with that now? Add a caption. Arek's stir fried rice. There we go. Post. We've posted. We've posted on Insta. Oh, whoops! I just totally closed the wrong thing. But there we go. So what's got you feeling flat, Kiki? While I eat. All right, let's have a go at how this looks like. I don't know if the colour's coming through on this properly, but focus. There you go. It's almost the whole thing is almost a golden colour, like a goldy brown. It's right. It's quite nice. All right, here we go. So the spring onion garnish gives it a nice crunch over the top. Shrimp are good. Okay. The pepper's just got the green pepper has this subtle little flavor. It's more texture than flavor. So that's interesting. Everything else though, it's fairly standard. I'm gonna try it with just a splash more soy sauce. Like I said, I'm a soy sauce fiend, but also, this is good. I like this. I can taste the soy. It is that subtle little, it is that nice subtle mix in there. I think if I add this, I'm going to lose a bit of the sesame oil, because that's there, but it's right at the back. It's right at the end. So doing this may get rid of that flavor. We will see. But there we go. But I also like it because like I said, all the flavors are there, but if you like one of those specific flavors a bit more, you can just add a bit more of it into the dish. And at the end of the day, that's where I aim for in cooking. I aim to get all the flavors there, but if someone wants to accentuate a particular one, they can do so at the table. Yeah. Yeah, I was So as I used it up, that extra soy sauce that I put in, it got better. Like I said, I like the soy sauce. But that little bit extra I put in, I know I mostly flooded it basically for that little section because I didn't mix it in totally. But yeah, normally that amount of soy would just add a little bit of saltiness for me, but it did kind of overtake the whole thing. So I really don't think it needs any more. So the ratio that we put it in was 3 tablespoons of soy to 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. So 1.5 to 1. So math. So yeah, if you wanted to up it just that little bit, I don't think it would hurt it. I think you could put another like 1.5. You could put in a 1.5 teaspoons and then 1 of soy and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. I don't think you'd want to double it. I think if you doubled that, you would definitely get it would be too overpowering. You could maybe add a little more. I'm not sure you'd need to, but you maybe could. Until then, gonna keep eating. See, now I'm at the point where I'm just shoveling. Because norms. Yes, I will be portioning this out. Normally this sort of stuff I just leave in the fridge. And anyone who wants some, gets some. But I may be secreting some away. There we go. Norms. So, the layers of questions. Would I serve this again? Yes. No thought. Yeah, I'd serve this. Would I serve it as the feature dish? Probably. I would likely tweak it a little bit before I did. As I said, I like a lot of egg in my stir fry. I would likely double the amount of eggs that went into it. Go up to 4 eggs because I do like a lot of egg in my fried rice. I always enjoy the Chinese sausage. Excuse me. I always enjoy Chinese sausage in stir fry. I think it gives it an extra kick. Yeah, so I would definitely serve a stir fry as a feature dish. Would I serve this particular one as a feature dish? Maybe not. Not in its current iteration. I would definitely have to mess with it if I was going to serve it as a feature. As a side, no, yeah, absolutely, goes on the table. Boom, done. Would definitely put this in a pot of rice on the side that you just serve up to yourself as a side to the main dish, to the feature dish. Absolutely, I would definitely do that. But the more I think about it, I'm still picking at it. The more I think about it, the more likely it would be that I would just serve this as a side rather than a feature. But yeah, there we go. Ta-da! Is it wrong that I want to go get the takeout containers that we've got and load up my takeout containers? It's going to be happening. That will be happening. So anyway, there we go. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, that was a stream. As always, the music behind the music is from Carl Casey at Whitebat Audio. Go check out Whitebat Audio on YouTube. The recipes we are doing currently from the series called Morcster Chef, a trilogy called Morcster Chef, by Actus, ACTUS. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, there should be a link to the book series if you want to give that a go. And as always, all of the recipes will be up on the Discord in Ulrich's cookbook, so you can get the written recipes there. Not a problem. Coming up tomorrow, we have I will speech goodly and proper shortly. Tomorrow we're playing some Terraria with Wardham and Gym Talk. Then we go around to Tuesday, where we also have Wardham and Gym Talk. We're playing some Satisfactory. We are getting towards the end of Satisfactory. I'm playing an absolute ton of it offline, off stream. And what I'm doing is I'm recording all of the Ada bits and bobs, and they will go up in a separate YouTube at some point. Just as a, hey, here's all the Ada speaking lines. And you'll be able to go through and listen to them all and see what they are. So that's coming along. Then on Wednesday night, we'll be doing some more Assassin's Creed. Then we come back for more of Arek's cooking. If you have read the series and you are watching, you can see that we are mostly going along with the timeline in the books. That said, though, there are a few that require Arek uses his magic and it evaporates off and it's ready to go in seconds. Where in reality we have to leave the dough to rise for a couple of hours and stuff like that. So I do intend to do those recipes, but they will be YouTube only, because while we sit around for 4 hours waiting for dough to rise is not entirely scintillating. Just saying. Anyway, so that's what's going on. That's what's coming up. Hopefully, we will see everybody tomorrow for... What am I doing? That one. Hopefully, we'll see everyone tomorrow for some more Terraria. If we don't, we'll see when you see it. Until then, take care of yourselves. Oh, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. We should turn the music down first. Music down. Because trying to edit that out is painful. So... hopefully, hang on, let's turn this music down too, because I don't know if that's coming through. Hopefully, we will see everyone tomorrow. If we don't, we'll see you when you see it. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Don't forget to check the description for any links I may have left there. If you like the video, please press like or subscribe to my channel. Next video in the series is up here. Until then, stay safe, have fun.